What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be installing the Midland MXT275 GMRS handheld radio on the Bronco inside the cab. So we're going to see how this goes. I jumped the gun a little bit on the install here just because in the essence of time, it made more sense to do this step together. When I was putting my A-pillar lights on, my ditch lights, it made sense to install the Midland antenna as well. So basically what this is it's just a little, technically it's for the trunk or the hood, but basically it's a little rubber pad here, and we'll see if I can show it. Right down here, it just kind of clamps, slides into the back of this bracket, and then it has two little Allen keys that secures it down. So, what that looks like is I'll show after I pop the hood. This might look familiar if you saw my last video on the A-pillar ditch lights, but basically we pop off the two Bronco bolts, pop off the little cowl here, and then slide in our wire. So right here I have the ditch light wire, and then I have the GMRS signal wire. So this comes down here and goes into this rat's nest. And I don't know if I'll be able to show it, but you can kind of see it way down right there. Let's see if I could zoom in on this. Into a boot. It's a pretty thick boot, so it's going to be really difficult to pop through. I used like a fish stick, as they call it, to fish the wire down and through. I couldn't find a better way to do this, so I just kind of fished it in there. Make sure you're careful about routing around stuff so nothing gets in the way, or if you had to move something in the future, your wire isn't going to be in the way. So let's see what that looks like on the inside. All right, we're going to try our best to show with the camera up here. I don't know if I'll be able to get it with the light, but you can kind of see the wire right here, and might have to turn it. Let's try something else here. All right, sorry if the audio here sounds bad, but it might be the best way I can show it. You can kind of see it up there, and basically it just pops through. It's like a double layer boot, and then we pretty much take this wire and we're gonna feed it behind the center console and then attempt to get it back up in here. And you can see this is kind of the fish stick. It's like a fiberglass rod. It's a stiff that I use to push it through, and you just electrical tape the end and try to make sure you can push it through that boot. Once again, jump the gun a little bit, but basically take this and route it up and through there like I showed. So originally I thought I had to take out this whole thing. I don't. For the manual, and I think it's the same for the auto, there's a little trim piece that goes right here, and then pretty much this whole center console piece is just held on by these tabs. So you could just kind of pop it up, and then I don't know if I'll be able to show it, but basically, yeah, it's a little bit higher up. This is the center console right here, this black piece. So I ran my wire a little bit higher, but basically took a drill, did the scary thing, and we put our wire in and through, put a little grommet there. I used I want to say it was a 5/8 little like hole saw type dealio, auger bit. You could use whatever you need to fit there. I wanted something that fit the grommet, so that's what I ended up going with. So from here, I'm gonna grab the MXT275, just plug it in, just make sure everything's looking good there. Because I can't do this with two hands, basically you screw on this end, and then from there, we have our device, and you put that in here. And then depending what you want to do for power, I'm going to use the 12 volt auxiliary power that we have here in the center console. That way, I believe this turns off when the car is off, so I don't need to worry about this draining the battery. If you wanted to, Midland says you literally just snip it right here, and then they might have another wiring harness, but basically you attach the red and the black to the positive and negative on the battery with the proper inline fuses. In this case, these might be your proper inline fuses that they come with. I just kind of have it all bundled here because it's all going in that center console and I don't need this much wire. There's actually a ton of excess wire here as well. So I'm going to clean that up and I'll show you the final product when I'm done. So I know this looks like a hodgepodge mess, and that's because it is. But basically, this is what it would look like. I need to get Velcro straps. This is a removable bracket, though. So you should be able to slide this whole piece on or off. So if I don't want it in the Bronco, I can take it out, you know, and only use this when I'm going off-road or, you know, whatever. But with this plugged in, I don't think it'll turn on. Nope. So it doesn't turn on while the Bronco's off. So let's see what it does when the Bronco turns on. Bronco's on. And it looks like we are in business. So we are powered on. And you'll have to read the manual for all this type of stuff. I believe these are channels. Very loud. Looks like it skips some channels. 16 is the official off-road channel, so you can see it is high power, channel 16, and breaker 19. So I gotta find out where to install this. I do have this little notch here that this kind of can lay through, which should be nice. And then I just gotta kind of figure out where I want to hook it. They do give a little like clip for this that has some 3M adhesive. So perhaps, you know, I might just put it right here. Gotta find a good spot where it's kind of just out of the way. I don't want it to get in the way of the controls or, you know, the manual. So right there might be a good option. We'll have to see. This is how the center console goes in and out. So it's kind of loosely fitting here. Basically, you just pull up on these back here, and then you kind of pull out this way to get the fronts undone. Same way putting it back in. One thing to note too is if you have a grab bar, you have to take the bolts out. They're Bronco bolts. So you just do that, and then to put it back, it should pretty much just be pushing things down and into place. And yeah, it's pretty much back into place. And then from there, grab this trim piece and you have to finagle this. I don't even think I have it the right way. I think it's gonna go this way. Pretty much put that in. I might have had it right the other way. Put that back up and in there, and you are good to go. And then install your grab handle and Bronco bolts.